So, I've decided I'm gonna make art every day for a month straight. Wish me luck. Can't stop me. I love bok choy. Hello, I'm going to be drawing every single day, and also alongside of this I am doing The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I'm gonna integrate all the tasks and then drawing every single day together because I feel like for the past few videos I have been getting more in tune with myself, but I haven't really put that into practice. So I've written out all of the tasks for the week. Today while I draw, I will do the listen to an album while you doodle task and also create a wonderful smell at home. I want to use this scent. I really love this smell. Something about it just smells so good. This is Jo Malone, English Pear and Freesia. I started off the first day with something that I was kind of familiar with. It's portrait studies. I used to do them for many years, but the past few years I haven't been doing them as often, but I really love doing it. So it's like where my comfort lies. I haven't been sketching too frequently, so the first week of getting back into making art consistently felt a little bit awkward and I wasn't too comfortable, but the difference now with doing my morning pages every day for the past 5 weeks is that I had a lot of creative energy and I was excited to put that onto paper again. The Artist's Way was mentioning how making art is a lot more about listening and less about thinking something up. When we think too much about what we want to do, it becomes more logical and inches closer to a perfectionist obsessive loop, like getting stuck in the details and not the whole image, and letting go is part of creativity. Okay, so I was working on designing some stickers for Patreon, but I saw this cow, and now I want to draw this cow. Move aside. Good morning. Today I'm going to do number 3, take yourself to a sacred place. I'm gonna go back to the library because it felt very sacred for me. I like it because no one wants to talk to me there. And then number 5, wear your favorite clothing. These are my favorite socks, but they have a massive hole on the heel. But I just love the color, they're so cute. These are hand-me-down from my boyfriend. Gonna add some jewelry on. Always gotta have my rings. One of the other creative passions that I really wanted to pursue after starting this book is silversmithing or metalsmithing in general. I'm so intrigued by jewelry making in specific, and in the past, I've also been curious about stained glass art, where you also kind of use metal in that process, and just like casting. I took a materials class in college and I really enjoyed the section where we were learning about molds and casting, and I think I never really pursued it because part of me saw how expensive it was and I didn't really want to waste my money doing it at the time. When we tell ourselves that we can't do something, it really means that we won't do it unless we can do it extremely well or unless we have the perfect conditions to do it in. And risk lets us expand our self-definition, which fulfills our sense of like self-empowerment to do new things. So now I'm just, I really want to experiment. And so I went to the library and I ended up reading up on some books about it. And I started the first few steps by daydreaming some designs I would potentially want to make, or just making some up that maybe I'll never pursue. But it was nice to jot it down in the moment and get it out there. There's this one quote that like really stood out to me in this chapter, and it is, "Safety is a very expensive illusion." And what that means is that you can feel safer and not prioritize your creative risks of trying new things that you've always wanted to do and just keep doing the same things over and over again. But you're paying with your lost time to do those things, your frustration, and just the constant feeling of you could be doing something more, or like what else is out there that I can be doing that I would feel more fulfilled by. Honestly, I have caught myself so many times complaining to my friends, to my parents, to anyone that would listen about how frustrated I am and how antsy I am and how I feel like I should be doing more. But I didn't mean it in a sense of like I should be doing more work, but more in a sense of like figuring out who I was and what I wanted to do creatively beyond what I was currently doing. There was definitely a point where I was thinking to myself, I can only complain so much before I talk someone's ear off, and I become that one person that I dread the most. And ever since committing myself to like making art every single day for a month, I haven't really felt that uneasiness anymore. Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor for this video, which is Squarespace. Squarespace is a platform that has everything for you to sell anything. You can use it with all of their very handy e-commerce features that help you with shipping and handling. They have tax tools on there as well as inventory and so many more. I recommend Squarespace for those that are just starting out and you want to do a lot of different things with it. For me, I use Squarespace for my online portfolio that showcases both personal and client work. I also run my Patreon secret shop on there. I have a links in bio page, and I also have a page that houses my CV as well as my bio in case anyone wants to hire me for anything. Please go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can use my code AppleCheeks for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Hey.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
I posted a story on Instagram on what I should draw. I'm thinking this will be a fun way to give myself some prompts and ideas. An elf riding a dinosaur? First time trying this. It's actually really good. is the final spread. I think my favorite has to be the trees. They're just so fun and cute. So, today's assignment was to go and buy a self-loving piece of clothing. And I think my most favorite pieces of clothing are probably like crop tops, tank tops, and giant shirts. So I literally got the most giantest shirt that I could find from the men's section, and it is way too big for me, but I feel like I can make it work. And all of the gray tags were 50% off, so when I looked at the tag and saw it was gray, I knew it was meant to be. The main reason why I went to Goodwill was also to get magazines because I'm supposed to do a collage today. I bought some of my favorite like high school snacks. I used to eat these like crazy in high school. Yeah? Today was probably one of the most intense bad days I've had in a while. I also started journaling my morning pages at 7:30 p.m. I was journaling and reflecting on today, and I was realizing like no matter how bad today felt in the moment, I also felt immensely alive and immensely present. I also feel immensely grateful that I'm able to have a bad day because bad days are also part of life. And I don't know, it just made me very grateful. I wanted to share that because often when I have bad days, I feel like I hyperfixate on how bad it was and I just let it ruin my mood and ruin the rest of the day and ruin the way I communicate with other people. Today is definitely one of those days where I have to use discipline because it's already 12:49, but I'm determined to draw every single day. So this will be good practice to show up for myself and make something, even if it's small, even if it's fast. By the second week of creating art every single day, I started becoming very comfortable. I'm definitely getting back into the feeling of not creating art for social media and more so creating so much art that I want to share it with everyone on social media. So it's kind of like a shift in mindset. As people and as artists, we fantasize a lot about what our life could look like if we are quote unquote real artists with a real studio, the perfect space, or a post that gets millions of likes, goes viral. We tend to make our creativity this one large unattainable step in order to start, when in reality it's created by a lot of tiny steps towards it. Something that also has been coming up a lot recently in my life is age, and it's not something that I really acknowledged was an issue until recently because now I'm starting to realize that the older I get, the less risky I feel like I can be with being creative or in general in life. I think recently, now that I am in my mid-20s, I do feel a sense of urgency to stabilize. I started getting very scared of taking risks at this age because I think as a society we do get this sense of the need to be stable by the time we're 30, especially as women as well, and it's something that I really want to unlearn. As adults, once we turn 21, that's technically when we start living our lives for ourselves. And what I failed to understand is that you can be stable in your life but still risky in your creative endeavors. Like, it doesn't have to be a risky life in order to pursue risky creative paths. It just all depends on your tolerance and what you want. I personally really liked the tasks that came with week 8. I feel like this was the week where I really kind of honed in on what I wanted the next life chapter to look like for myself. I think after I achieved my first dream in life, I was really lost and I really wanted to know what the next step was so that I could work towards something. My current dreams right now is to travel a bit more. I want to experience more out of my life and to be able to see new places, potentially scout out future homes that I would love to exist in. And I kind of have an ideal of what I would love my future quote-unquote like permanent location and space to look like. I would love to be surrounded by nature and feel comfortable in my space enough to take walks without being scared. I would love to have a room for each one of my passions. I think I very much value having very large spaces that I can feel free to create in, instead of having to always take things out and put things away and take things out and put things away. I want to do my own renovations to the house and make this space fully mine. And that could involve like making my own furniture or making my own dishes and plates and cups and mugs. I don't know, just making it very cozy, and I would love to have it be so welcoming that like I can invite people over and they can also feel like it's a safe space for them to also create and make stuff with me. Like that is my dream, is just to live amongst creations. And the more I start planning these things and integrating them into my life, I kind of can feel like I can see the little building blocks towards that goal, even though they're like maybe teeny tiny granules of building blocks, but they're still building blocks nonetheless, and it's so exciting. I've been in a constant state of panic and stress for the past few weeks. So much is happening and like everything is moving so fast. I used to find so much solace in my sketchbook and in that little bit of time in between all the chaos of life to not think of anything else and just think of the pen on the paper. This right now is my stability, and I love that feeling. I love that I have been able to get that sense of just like comfort through sketching again. But yeah, things are a little chaotic. I'm finding a place to live next. I'm moving. And then like 2 weeks after, I'm going to Italy, which I still need a plan. And then I'm gonna come back, rest a bit, and then I'll be off to Taiwan for a whole month straight. So I'm trying to catch my bearings. I'm trying to make sure everything is going well. And then I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm going. You can't stop me. She's on the run and she is not stopping. It's Artist Day date. I've pushed it off all the way till Sunday, and I think I'm gonna go a little further out around like the arts district area of Las Vegas. There's like a few stores that I've been meaning to check out. I'm so intimidated by the art district. But yeah, I want to go to Atkins Cooperative, and then there's a couple of vintage and secondhand shops there, as well as a restaurant called Good Pie. Let me go. Bye. I'm back. That was very nice. I think I forgot how much I loved it there. I was like very scared of Fremont. I don't know why. Like I think when I don't go to places for a long time, I have a fear that something bad is gonna happen. I guess it's just like a lot of intrusive thoughts, but then when I'm actually there, I have a great time. I ran into Connie and she was the one that actually set me up for one of the like pop-up events that I had, like one of my very first pop-up events, and then also the second pop-up one that I did as well. So it was really nice catching up with her. She invited me to go co-work there, and they have like events and stuff at Atkins Cooperative. Atkins is pretty much like a collaborative space where like a bunch of small businesses and creatives, they have a lot of their products there. They had people that also made like their own silver rings, which is like an interest of mine. So it was nice to see like other people's designs. I'm gonna go take a nap now. I've been looking up different tools I would need for wax carving so that I can start maybe doing some ring casting. I think I'm gonna do some little doodles for now on the rings I want to make. Here's some designs I doodled up. I'm so curious of this like bok choy one. I feel like that would be such a cute design. There's a little inflated bow. I love bok choy. I love bok choy. In week 9, it's a lot about fear, and the one quote that I took away from this entire chapter is, "Do not call procrastination laziness, call it fear." There's also a section at the end of the chapter that gives a list of questions to kind of squash that fear every single time you start a new project. The first one is, list any resentments in connection with this project. 2. List any fears about the work and or anyone connected to it. 3. Ask yourself if that is all. 4. Ask yourself what you will gain by not doing this project. And 5. Make your deal, which is something like creativity. You can take care of the quality and I will take care of the quantity. At this point, I don't really feel the need to use this list because I feel like I have squashed a lot of the fear that comes with creating and like starting new projects. But I can see how this could be like a very handy little list to put on a post-it note every single time you're starting like your morning pages and you have no idea what you want to write about. I think this could be a good start to a day. I went ahead and bought some tools and I'm gonna play around with it today. So originally I was gonna paint, but my ring carving tools came in and I'm overly excited to just like get into it and start making something. I was considering just investing in all the tools that people usually use. Like there was like a package deal, but it was like $250. And that seemed like kind of a lot of money, especially for something that I've never done before. So I just started off with like this ring sizer tool. I also got one of these so that I can cut the wax. And then I'm just gonna use some of the tools that I have at home already and see how well it works. And then as I go along, if I still very much enjoy it, I'll just buy more tools. But let's just cut it. Oh my god, this is very hard to cut. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, first tragedy. I cracked the wax. I could probably melt this back together somehow. This is what I ended up making. Can you see it? Can you see it? I really love this bubble bow so much. I still need to buy the ring size shaver thing so I can make it a little bit wider. I don't know, like right now I think it's a size 4.5. Yeah, it's a size 4.5, and usually I think it shrinks once you cast it. I need to get a file so that I can smooth out the edges, and also I kind of need a lighter because you can like light around it and then it'll melt it subtly but like smooth out the surface of it so it's less clunky. it's like very delicate on this part right now because I cracked it earlier. Potentially maybe becoming a jewelry designer? Girl, that is insane. That is unimaginable. Me? A jewelry designer? Me? The assignment that I'm doing right now is not one that I thought I would ever have to do, but it's pretty much to go back to every single morning page that you've written and highlight with one color, I guess like insights. Wait, this one. With insights, and then with changes or like actionable things that you want to do, which it felt like I was reading a whole novel, except it was a novel about my life, and it was very weird. I'm really happy with how far I've come with like making my mentality more positive and less of like a negative or a constant negative state. I also kind of think to myself like, when I'm gone, who's gonna have my journals and are they gonna read it? And I kind of write my journals with that in mind. Like, what happens if someone just comes across my journal one day, like randomly at like a thrift store, and they just read all of my like anxieties? But I mean, I'll be gone anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't really matter, so. Came back from watching a movie, but this is what I finished today. And then on the back side it's like that, it's like a little bit thinner. My original goal with this was like that type of texture where it's kind of overlapping on each other, but then I'm realizing with the X-Acto knife that I have, it's hard to get details. I'm gonna polish it up and then see how I feel about it, but it was a good practice to like do more detail and like rounding out the edges. I finished my last week of drawing every day, and I didn't record the last week. I kind of wanted to just draw and make art without the pressure of also recording. This is one of the spreads I did, a bunch of ceramic doggos and also some butterfly ceramics that I found on eBay. I really like drawing.
Oi.
Oh my god.
Oi, oi, oi. Oh.
Excuse me. I really like drawing ceramics because with ceramic animals, like they're very simplified and curvy, and my natural style is very curvy and flowy and like simple in a way. Also, I really like the gray tone. I feel like it's such a vibe. I wanted to paint a little bit more simple and loose landscape. When I went to my friend's birthday party, we stayed a night at the Cosmopolitan, and this was the view that I really liked. And this one is also a very fast and loose painting with gouache and the neocolors again. I think I kind of want to finish this one digitally, but for now it was a very fun warm-up. I think it's very cohesive and very adorable. And yeah, that's my month of making art every single day. it's starting to feel very natural for me now. Like I don't feel that kind of block when I initially sit down to draw. It's more of just like sitting down and getting something down onto paper. I can feel the healing. I can feel the healing of my little art soul happening. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please like, leave me a nice comment, and subscribe if you want to keep watching. And I also have a whole playlist for the Artist Way videos that I've been posting if you want to go give it some love. And I also want to thank my patrons for being the best and being so supportive. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye. Was that cringy? Bye.